Okay, one of the questions I've been getting now since I've been doing the Vanquish comparisons is, should I get the Vanquish or should I get the Equinox 600 or 800? Now the Equinox 600 or 800 can be as simple as the Vanquish if you keep to your basic settings. We're going to go through a few of those. We're going to try and keep this video to 5 minutes to pretend as you just got your Equinox, you just took it out of the box, you want to go for a hunt, okay? All right, let's take a look at all the buttons here on the Equinox, and then we will take it out in the yard and we'll do a demo on each one of the adjustments as well. Okay, so top left is your power button. You're going to hold that down for 2 seconds. It's going to boot up the Equinox. That's also your factory reset button. If you hold that down for 8 seconds, it will factory reset the machine as well. Okay, underneath that is your light button. You can adjust your light to the brightness that you want. The top left is your Bluetooth button. It will either search for the last Bluetooth device connected, or if you hold it down, it will go into pairing mode. It will look for another Bluetooth device that's also in pairing mode. Underneath that, you have your user profile button that's available on the Equinox 800. Any settings you change, if you hold that button down and wait for it to beep, it will store those settings for you. Okay, making our way down the bottom here, we have our mode button that will take us through all of the factory presets that Minelab have set. Park 1, Park 2, Field 1, Field 2, Beach 1, Beach 2, and the 800 has Gold Prospecting 1 and 2. Okay, to the right of that we have our minus button, which is for sensitivity from the home screen and volume from the other screens. Basically any adjustment that you have to make in here will be with the plus and minus buttons here. Okay, so that's your sensitivity. To the right of that, your gear wheel button will take you through all of the modes. So you have, let's go to the beginning, you have your noise cancel, your ground balance, your volume adjustment, your threshold volume, number of tones, accept reject, and recovery speed. And pinpoint takes us back to the home screen. Over here you have your horseshoe button. When you select that, it will accept all segments in. And when you press that, anything that you've discriminated out, whether it be from notching or a stock pattern, will be accepted in. All the black dots are accepted in. Your pinpoint button, press it once and it's engaged. The closer it is to the center, which is the center of the coil, the closer you are to the target. To the right of that is your frequency. I would suggest leaving it in Park 1 and multi-frequency, but you do have options of 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 40. 20 and 40 are available on the Equinox 800. Okay, this is your accept reject button that you will use for noise cancel, ground balance, and accepting or rejecting targets in the discrimination pattern that we'll demonstrate in the yard. So we're going to power it up. I'm going to hold the power button down for 2 seconds. It's going to power up for you. This is going through its boot menu. Okay, so we're in Park 1 now. All your options are going to be through the gear wheel. So your first option is a noise cancel. Okay, for a noise cancel, we're going to lift the coil in the air. We're at the home screen. We're going to tap the button once to go over to noise cancel, and we're going to hit the accept reject button. Here we go, we are noise canceled. The next option you're going to see is you're going to see your ground balance. Now, starting out, you can leave your ground balance at 0, but I will show you how to ground balance. Okay, to perform a ground balance, you're going to hit the gear wheel. First thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're accepting all your targets, so everything's accepted in, and you do that by hitting the horseshoe button. Now everything's accepted, you're going to tap the gear wheel. The first one's noise cancel. The second one is ground balance. So you want to be on a clean patch of ground, and I can demonstrate that for you. Right here is clean. You're getting some targets here. Right here is nice and clean. Okay, go hit the gear menu till you're at ground balance and pump the coil in the air. Okay, till it settles down. So it looks like 3 is our ground balance number. Hit the pinpoint button and you're all set. You're ground balanced. Now this is your volume. This is how much volume your overall machine is going to be giving to your headphones. Now you can leave this at 25 and you can lower it through your headphones, through your up and down. If you have the Equinox 600, you can adjust this to bring the volume down to your headphones. Okay, the next option that we're going to look at is the volume adjust. First one's noise cancel, second one's ground balance, and the third one is volume adjust. So on the 600, this is going to be how loud it's going to your headphones. On the 800, if you want to leave this at 25 and adjust through the headphones, you can do that as well. So this is on 25, and when you lower that, it'll adjust how loud it's reporting back to your ears. Okay, let's take a look at threshold level. So threshold level is that background hum. From the gear wheel, you're going to go past noise cancel, ground balance, volume adjust, and then threshold level. So this is on 5, which you'll be able to hear a slight threshold in the headphones. As you crank this up, you will hear the hum get louder. And then when a target breaks that threshold, you will hear a break in the threshold as well. Target tone. Target tone is going to be the number of tones you hear, and we'll demonstrate that now. Okay, let's have a look at the Park 1 tones. It's 5 tones. So when you're starting with this machine, you can either select 1 tone, 2 tones, 5 tones, or 50 tones. And that is all done in the target tone section. So 2 tones, 1 tone, everything will be the same. 2 tones, you will have a ferrous tone and a non-ferrous tone. So there's iron, and there's everything else. 5 tone, which is the stock program for Park 1, the stock setting. You're going to have iron, you're going to have mid, many different tones. And then you'll have 50, so it'll be 1 tone per VDI. Okay, for accept reject, I have a piece of foil down that's reading a 16. You would go over to accept reject, and you would use the plus button to go up to 16 and hit the accept reject button. That will take that notch out, that segment out. See, it's missing now. And now when I go over the foil, it's gone. Be careful with this because you can risk losing some good targets. Now if I hit the horseshoe to accept everything in, it will come back in. And when I go back to my discrimination, 16 will still be missing, and it's gone. To put that back in, go over to accept reject, go back to 16, hit the accept reject button, and it's back in now. Next option is recovery speed. So Park 1 has a recovery speed of 5, which is a great recovery speed overall for parks and even some relic hunting. Unless there's a lot of iron nails in the ground, then you can bump it up. For an Equinox 600, you'll have options 1 through 3. Okay, let's take a look at recovery speed. So recovery speed for Park 1 is on 5. I would leave it there as you're learning the machine. 8 is very fast. As you go down, you will gain some depth, but the tones will be longer and you'll lose some separation. I wouldn't say don't get the Equinox because you're intimidated by it, because it can be a very simple machine if you stick with the stock programs. And at any time, you can hold down this power button for 8 seconds and completely reset the machine. I hope that helps. Everyone, thank you for watching. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.